They thought Arthur was just tired. At 76 years old, it seemed normal to slow down a little. But one afternoon, when he couldn't lift himself off the couch, his daughter knew something wasn't right. He hadn't fallen, wasn't sick, and had no major health issues. It was something invisible, something quiet that had been sneaking up on him for years. Sarcopenia. This condition causes muscles to weaken over time, and it often goes unnoticed until it's too late. What's surprising is that Arthur wasn't inactive. He went for walks every day and tried to eat healthy. But many people don't realize that once you hit 70, your muscles start breaking down faster than your body can rebuild them. It's a natural part of aging, but that doesn't mean you have to accept it. The good news? There are simple ways to fight back, and it starts with knowing what to eat. Arthur had no idea about 3 powerful foods that could have helped him stay strong and independent. If you're over 70, or you care about someone who is, this could be one of the most important things you watch today. So don't miss out. Like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss helpful tips like these. And hey, drop a comment below and let us know if you or someone you love is noticing signs of muscle loss. We'd love to hear your story and help however we can. Number 1. Fermented tempeh. Arthur had always brushed off soy, thinking it was just something vegetarians ate. He pictured bland tofu blocks and never gave it a second thought. But there's more to soy than he realized, especially when it comes in the form of tempeh. Unlike tofu, tempeh is a fermented food, and that fermentation process changes everything. It unlocks a rich source of protein that the body can actually use more easily, especially as we get older, and digestion starts to slow down. As Arthur hit his late 40s, he noticed it was harder to build muscle and recover from workouts. He chalked it up to age and moved on, unaware that certain foods could have helped him stay stronger. What he didn't know was that tempeh could have been a quiet game changer. Because it's fermented, the proteins in tempeh are already partially broken down into amino acids, the building blocks your muscles need. That means less work for the gut and more fuel for recovery. But it's not just about muscles. Tempeh brings something else to the table: natural probiotics. These live cultures feed the good bacteria in your gut, creating a healthier environment inside your digestive system. That's important at any age, but especially later in life, when nutrient absorption isn't as sharp as it once was. A healthier gut doesn't just help digestion, it helps the body absorb more from every bite of food, from vitamins to minerals to protein. Arthur often struggled with bloating and low energy, things he blamed on stress or just getting older. But chronic gut issues often fly under the radar, affecting everything from mood to immune response. Tempeh, with its probiotic benefits, can help calm the gut and reduce inflammation throughout the body. Less inflammation means better joint health, more stable energy, and even improved mental clarity. Things Arthur never thought a food could influence. If Arthur had added a few servings of tempeh into his meals each week, he might have noticed small but powerful changes. Maybe it would have been easier to bounce back after workouts or feel less stiff in the mornings. Maybe he would have felt fuller with less food or noticed his gut settling. Sometimes it's not about overhauling your entire diet. It's about finding those quiet powerhouses like tempeh that support the body where it needs it most, especially when it's no longer running like it used to. Number 2, tart cherry juice. He used to drink orange juice every morning, thinking it was the best choice for staying healthy. It was a habit he never questioned. But as time went on, he began to notice something. His muscles stayed sore longer after walks, gardening, or even light stretches. It wasn't age that frustrated him. It was the feeling that his body couldn't bounce back like it used to. That's when he stumbled across something unexpected: tart cherry juice. Not as common on breakfast tables, but quietly gaining attention in the world of recovery and health. Tart cherry juice isn't just another fruity drink. It's loaded with natural compounds that go to work beneath the surface. He learned that inside these dark red fruits are powerful anti-inflammatories and antioxidants that help the body heal. Every time muscles are used, especially in older age, tiny tears can happen. These micro tears are part of how strength is built, but they can also be painful and slow to recover from. Tart cherry juice seemed to offer a way to support the body through this natural wear and tear. What surprised him even more was how it helped with sleep. Aging had brought lighter sleep and more frequent waking during the night, but tart cherries, he found out, contain natural melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep cycles. It wasn't like taking a pill. It was gentle. A small glass in the evening started to ease him into deeper, more restful sleep. And sleep wasn't just rest, it was repair. Muscles did their best rebuilding work during the night, and now his nights were helping him recover instead of just passing time. He didn't expect such a simple change to make a difference. Half a glass before bed wasn't much, but the results came quietly. Less morning stiffness, shorter recovery times. He felt more confident taking on everyday tasks without the fear of sore muscles the next day. It wasn't a magic trick, but it felt like armor, an invisible layer of support that gave his body a break from always having to struggle. Now he still drinks orange juice from time to time, but tart cherry juice has earned a place of its own in his routine. Not because it's trendy or flashy, but because it works. And for anyone wanting to move through their later years with strength, energy, and a good night's sleep, it might just be the quiet help they've been missing. Number 3. Sardines in olive oil. Arthur had always steered clear of anything that smelled remotely like the ocean. The moment someone opened a can of fish nearby, he'd wrinkle his nose and find the nearest exit. To him, fish was fish. Smelly, slimy, and certainly not something he ever imagined adding to his diet. But what Arthur didn't know was that tucked away in those little silver tins was a powerful ally for his body, especially as he got older and more mindful of his health. It wasn't until a casual conversation at the gym that things started to change. A trainer, lean and sharp-eyed, mentioned sardines almost in passing while talking about muscle recovery. Arthur laughed it off at first, picturing the strong smell and oily texture he'd always avoided. But curiosity got the better of him, and later that week, he found himself standing in the grocery aisle, staring at a can labeled sardines and olive oil. With a skeptical shrug, he tossed it into his basket, figuring one try wouldn't hurt. Back home, Arthur did his homework. He learned that sardines weren't just any ordinary fish. They were packed with omega-3 fatty acids, known for supporting heart and brain health. But they also did something Arthur hadn't expected. They help preserve muscle. As it turned out, sardines are loaded with vitamin D and calcium, both crucial for muscle maintenance and bone strength. The more he read, the more surprised he became. These little fish weren't just healthy, they were a powerhouse of nutrients that his body had probably been missing for years. What really impressed him, though, was the olive oil. This wasn't just a carrier or flavor enhancer. It added its own benefits, especially for someone trying to stay active. Olive oil is naturally anti-inflammatory, which means it can help reduce the small aches and pains that come from pushing your body. Combined with the nutrients in sardines, it was like a perfect match for anyone who cared about keeping their joints flexible and their energy levels steady throughout the day. A week later, Arthur opened that first can with some hesitation. The smell wasn't nearly as bad as he remembered, and when he paired the sardines with crackers and a bit of lemon, they were surprisingly tasty. He started small, just a few per week, but over time he noticed the difference. A little more spring in his step, fewer sore muscles after workouts, and an energy boost he hadn't expected. Sardines had quietly earned a place in his routine, and Arthur, the man who once fled at the scent of fish, had become a quiet fan of the sea's most underrated gift. Arthur used to be strong, carrying groceries with ease and tending his garden daily. But in just a few short years, his strength faded. Climbing stairs became difficult, and everyday tasks felt like challenges. What many don't realize is that this kind of muscle loss isn't an inevitable part of aging. It can be slowed, even reversed. You don't need expensive supplements to fight back. The real power lies in the food you eat. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein and nutrients, making smart food choices more important than ever. Eating smarter, not more, is the key. The right foods can help rebuild muscle, boost energy, and keep your body strong. It's not about dieting, it's about fueling your body to stay active and independent. Picture waking up with more energy, walking with confidence, and feeling your strength return. That's what's possible with the right meals. Foods you already know and love can protect your body and help you thrive. If you're over 70, don't wait. Every meal is a chance to reclaim your strength and vitality. Share this message. Pass it on. Because strength isn't just for the young, it's for anyone who chooses to fuel it.